Hey guys, Justin here. I'm in Joondalup right now, and according to the caption, Wanneroo connection. So that's why on board Route 468 today, which as far as I know is a local route for a lot of my viewers living up north, including Mark. And also, I think user349. Thank you so much, user349, for this request here. Now, originally, this is actually a plan that he wanted to film with me. So that's why he requested in the form and say he wanted to film 468 with me together as a collab, and he did. But he said that he can only film on weekends, so that's why today's a Saturday. So that's why I called him yesterday saying, well, whether you can come out and film tomorrow, and he said unfortunately he can't make it. So unfortunate. Although his original plan for this request 468 here is to film together, but I was going to arrange with user349 when he's available for a different, more real collab. So that's why I'm gonna film his request on my own today on board 2955 on 468 service here. 1 hour per bus. This is the 149 service. On weekdays it's 30 minutes per bus, weekends 1 hour. So, but it is that service, so that's why still. So I'm waiting for the bus to depart, and we'll go to Whitford station with this route. So it's a much more quicker connection compared with the 467 that I did last year. The 467 is really long, so that's why. This one's straight down Wanneroo Road, since it turns out from the Joondalup area, across the bridge, and then goes to the other side. Then it'll be straight down Wanneroo Road, all the way to the turn before we turn into Whitford station. Now I don't know which stop is Mark's local stop. Here's, if you are watching the premiere, Mark, you can tell me later on in the premiere. So I don't remember the stop number, but yep, on board for 2955, and let's do it. More people boarding is stupid, so. Alright, let's go down. Now this bus came back from a 473 and he switched to the 468. So all of the routes up here is by Swan, so here we go. So because the stand is actually right at the entrance of the path, that's why I need to loop around up top here. The sun is ridiculous today, so hopefully it's not going to affect the filming. So there's the Joondalup station loop here. Now let's see whether I can see user349's favorite bus during the video, 2683, but it's been so long. Last time when I took the 467, I took 2683 for that video. Then from that video, user349 came into the channel, so that's why. It means like stop watching my channel, and then that's where it started. That's the whole thing. That's where it started. When user349 started to see my videos, it's just because of the 467 request by Mark last year that I filmed. That is the 2683, and just runs into my channel and say, "Oh, my favorite bus, 2683." So, but let's see whether we can see 2683 today. It's highly unlikely because on weekends the services are pretty bad. So we'll run down Boas Avenue right here, and then we'll turn right at a pretty far up spot, which I think is a similar spot as the 467. But as soon as we cross over, the path will be completely different from the 468 for the 467. So, sorry. Last year we did 467. This year we'll do 468. And also I'm doing the other direction, just not to be exactly the same as the 467 as last year. This route should take around 35 minutes, so let's do it. There goes one stop already. Yeah, the sun is ridiculous today, so hopefully it won't affect the filming that much. It looks alright for now, but because on my screen is actually pretty. I think I turned my screen light intensity a little bit dim, so I cannot really see that clear. But it doesn't look that bad. So later on when we head back down to Whitford station, we'll be back the other direction. Instead of actually this way is actually the path we're on right now. We're towards north right now, and then we're going to turn over and we'll head back down south. So that's why head back down south should be a little bit better because the sun will be behind our bus. suddenly the temperature is getting back up again. But just today. On Monday, it will go back down to 8 to 16 degrees according to my phone temperature weather report. Today is 15 to 30 degrees. It go up to 30 degrees when later on, very soon, like 2 days afterwards or 3 days after, the next one is going to go back down to 8 into the 10-ish degrees part. So for 467 and 468, it is also, they're both 1 hour per bus today, so that's why 30 minutes per service. So the next service for 467 will be in 30 minutes after this one departed. So fortunately, there are some random dudes at Joondalup earlier on. They want to take the 467, but they can't take the 468 because this 468 does not go to their stop, while the 467 loops inside and goes a lot of places. So right now, technically, I've actually taken every single local route by mark of marks. I've taken 389, I've taken 467, I've already taken, and now I'm taking the 468. So I've taken all of his routes now, all of his local routes. There's a deviation sometimes via Lake Joondalup, which is going straight, but we're not going straight, so we turn right. So, if you guys don't know, the bus request form has reopened because after filming this one, I have 3 requests and someone already requested, so there are now 4 requests in my list. So it is back open now, so that's why you can request. And again, when I hit 10, I'll shut it down again. So 6 more spots to go before I shut it down. So that's why if you guys want to request, I'm probably not going to actually like give you hints in the future in videos like this. I'm not going to say in the video saying, oh, the bus request form is back open. No, I'm probably not going to do that because if you guys want to request, it's on you to check out the request form whether it's open or not. So that's fine. But just to say that bus request form is back open. If you guys want to request, feel free to do so. Again, the good old rules apply to the request. Here's the pretty views of Joondalup. Oh my gosh, this view is really nice right now, like this. Really good, really beautiful. This is, I think, I don't know what lake this is. You guys might need to help me out with the stuff. I'm definitely not a Joondalup boy, so that's why. All of you guys can help me out in the chat or in the comments. Like, what is this area? Head on to Wanneroo Road and basically go straight down. Right, crossed it over and ready to turn right and head straight down to Whitford station. This is just one of the most express route for connecting Wanneroo with Joondalup and Whitfords. Very straightforward path, not looping at all. No loops, straight path down. Very useful. So you can go to Perth with this path. Like what? This is still going up north. Why are we actually going up north to go to Perth? Is there a spot that maybe later on turn back down to head back down to the highway, freeway? Okay, here we are at Wanneroo Road, exit 300 meters. There's a bus over there, 468. So what's the number? 2684! Oh! Oh! Oh, that was so close! Almost spotted. Almost, is almost 2683. No cigar though, 2684, not 2683. That's unfortunate. Wow, that's close. That was very close. Wow. Well, that was way too close. 2684, not 2683. Unfortunate you said 349. Okay, Okay, here's the left exit down to Wanneroo Road, which this is definitely the exact same path of the 467. I remember this small little path right here. Yep, the 467 runs here as well, so I believe the 467 goes straight, but we're gonna turn right. So, are there any signs actually to guide the buses? There are like no signs here, but I believe the 467 goes straight. So, because I filmed that one, I think I come from that spot right there. So I think the 467 take this path right here, this path right there, 467 goes inside, but we take Wanneroo Road from here. Paramar Golf Course Estate. It's like golf course estate. It's just like an estate. It's not really like a golf course around here. Yep, the split path with the 467 now. So here we go, all the way down to Whitfords now with this path here. Should be very straightforward. That's where they can see more buses. So that's the first bus that I saw on the path, and it's 2684. So sorry about last week. There are like no videos because I have a test and a lot of lessons. Basically, my whole week is occupied with studies, so that's why I have no time to come out and film. But this route, I have some pre-recorded videos, including Anzac Day, which I'm gonna go out and film. So of course, Anzac Day has passed when I upload this video, when I premiere this video. But I have filmed I have filmed a train vlog on Anzac Day, so that's why there will be a little bit more videos this week instead of like last week, completely no videos. So now stop. There's only 468 right now. The 390 has turned. What the hell is this path? This woodlands area over here looks pretty crazy looking. If you actually walk by here at night, it's gonna be so creepy. And also, Wanneroo is not a safe area to walk around at night, so that's why I never do that. So. Now the services for this route is pretty limited on weekends. It just ends at around 8 o'clock at night, so that's why. Always when I hear Mark said he appreciates the 389 that actually runs from the city all the way up to Wanneroo, still at way late at night. So I think for the 389, the last service is like 10 o'clock at night from the city, the last service, or is the last service at 9? I think it's at 9:15 or something like that. The last service from the city, which the last service from Joondalup is like 8 something, so that's why it's no good for this route 468. So I don't know which one is Mark's local stop. I think it's close by here. His local stop, there's like a bus tent. There's like a shelter for his local stop. Let's see where it is. He has filmed a video. He's filmed many videos with his local stop, so I mean, not like with his local stop, it's just started the video from his local stop, including a video that he did the challenge for the station, the all station challenge that he also did with the with his local stop starting. So I don't really remember how he did that path last time. Did he? I don't know where he started from Midland. Oh. He started his journey from at Midland Station for that one. It took like how many buses to get to Midland? I think this is his local stop right here. I think this is it. I think this is the stop. I have no clue, but I think this is it. I'm not so sure. This is 12303. So this is 12303 on this 468. I think this is his local stop right here. I think this is it. Yep, there's the stop right there. I think that it's because I remember the spot that he walks in always. That he said he's walked this way to get back home, so that's fine. Yep, that's his local stop, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, Mark. So. There you go, passing through your local stop. That one only have 468, so that's fine. Keep going. Okay. Yep, there's Sinagra. That's his suburb, Sinagra. District of Sinagra. Is it Sinagra or Sinagra? I'm not so sure. Oh, 467 turns back out here now. So that's why the 468 for Mark, 468 is one of one of his local routes that he needs to walk for the most distance to get to the stop. 467 is closer, and the closest is 389, but it's like 1 hour per bus. So that's why. So closest to him is the 389, then it's the 467, and then the 468. But the 468 is more efficient, so mostly he takes 468. And I also got like a message on my other phone. Let's check it out. Oh, it's just train conductor's world. 467 they don't turn back in because the 467 is basically the looping route. So I'm getting off at stop 12307. I'm seeing literally no buses on the outside. Yeah, because technically this path only 468 runs. So that's why I'm not seeing any buses right now. We only saw 2684, which is very close to my target of getting to 2683 for user 349. There's Wanneroo Shopping Center. This is the path where the 389 turns back out, so let's see whether we can actually see anything. Is this the spot where the 389 turned back out? I don't think so. But the 389 does. Oh no, this is where the spot that the 467 turns in, yeah. No clue, but basically there goes that 468 earlier on, so basically it's another 30 minutes for 467, plus the 467 doesn't run this path. It mostly runs inside, so that's why. We're not going to be probably able to see any other buses today. Probably just 2683. Maybe we can see something at Whitfords later on when I get off, but nah. And of course, hopefully an NH, but the NH are mostly on the path routes, which include the 371 and the 344 for Morley and on to Warwick. So probably have more chances of seeing an NH at Warwick, not at Whitfords. And also the shutdown extends for 2 days until the 28th, and then the first train will run on 29 because of the bridge at Bayswater, the new bridge for Bayswater, not complete. Still not yet complete, so that's why trains cannot run through there yet, so they need to extend the shutdown, but should be pretty soon done with the shutdown and rip Route 900 afterwards. So I filmed 900, you can go and watch that one to remember the 900. Oh, there's the 389, yep, there it is. I remember this path, this is like very similar path. So yep, there's a 389. So this is the same path as the 389, which I filmed before, but still, it's a cool one. Maybe we can see some 389, but 1 hour per bus. More buying tickets bullshit. At least you can buy tickets on the bus, but really, because here is buying tickets is a, like, for real, you need to get a ticket for the system instead of like Hong Kong, you just pay for the route. So that's why in Hong Kong the time is not really wasted when peer passengers actually pay coins. So for real, time won't be wasted when you actually pay coins in Hong Kong, unless the passenger doesn't actually get ready with his coins. and then count the coins on the bus, then it's going to be a little bit annoying. But in Hong Kong, it's just actually like, so in Hong Kong we pay for the route. So basically, since you get on, if you have the coins ready, just toss it into the coin bank. Just throw it into the receiver, and then you can just basically go in and have a seat. Because again, no change. So that's why after you throw the money in, you can just go. Don't need to wait. So instead of like here, you need to wait for the driver to click the buttons and get the ticket out, and you take the ticket and you get out, and you leave, and then you sit down. Which literally no buses right now, so that's why probably unlikely that we're going to actually see 2683. This is literally the same path as the 389. It's just later on I'm going to turn into Whitfords instead of keep going down to Perth. Now the 389 is again a very long route, which I've filmed, of course you guys know, but it's actually a very efficient route to direct connect with the city. And it's not hard to drive, that one. Basically a straight path down Wanneroo Road, no turns. Literally no turn until the city. Literally no turn. The whole path after you turn up from Wanneroo up at the top, you just basically go one straight path without any turn until Perth Passport. Literally no turns until Perth Passport. So that's why it's also a very easy route to drive. You see any more 467? Oh, this is the stop where it says 467. That's the stop here. Oh, there goes 2925 on the 467, not 3683. So there's the second bus that we saw, 2925. Not going to be turning because there's a guy actually sitting at the back. So just boarded a dude. Dude just boarded. So back at this spot. Woodvale, okay. Doors closing. That's the Transperth B series. Doors closing. Please stand clear. That's the IMU and SMU for Brisbane, and then for the A cities in Adelaide. Stand clear. Doors closing. Really doesn't match for the A city because the sound effect for the ding is exactly the same as the B series, but it's just adding that very lame voice of the Adelaide announcer to match with the dong. I really prefer the female announcer with the ding, and it's just dong. Stand clear. Doors closing. Dong. Like that. So that's the A cities in Adelaide. It's very similar to the B series. There's a 355 now that also goes to, I think goes to Ellenbrook. I think this is what Mark did last time, to take the 355 from here to get to, like, not Basildine. I didn't get all, he went all the way to Ellenbrook, and he changed a bus from Ellenbrook down to Midland. Because he can't touch Basildine station with the 355, so that's why. I mean, the 355 doesn't go to Basildine, but maybe he changed at Hennybrook for another route. I don't remember what he did in that one. Just go to Whitfords now. That's all we do. We turn, nope, not yet turn right. Turn right is the 355 that turns right. I think we also turned with the 355. Just kidding. We won't. And here we are. Here's the spot we're going to turn right. Turn into Cherokee. Is that how you pronounce that one? Cherokee? Or it's a share? It's a like a soft S instead of a hard C ch down. Instead of hard C H instead of it's an S like sh instead of a ch sound. Not so sure, but more people boarding. And of course buying tickets again. So again, because later on at Whitfords, it will be the system where you tack off the bus, they will tack you on the train right away. So, oh no, she's just topping up. Okay, cool. But still, I understand that actually topping up on the bus is actually very necessary here, because there are like no spots for you to actually top up except on the bus. But in Hong Kong, you just top up your card at any convenience stores, or even at McDonald's you can top up your Octopus card, so that's fine. Basically, there's a 7-Eleven or a Circle K anywhere that you can go. Is within like 5 minutes walking distance. You just go and top up your card before boarding the bus. Because in Hong Kong, like if you tap your card on the Octopus machine and it says you have no enough money, the bus driver is going to kick you out. So instead of like here, if you come onto the bus and you tag on, and then when you want to tag on and they're like, and the card said not enough money, then you need to top up, and you don't have enough cash, and then sometimes the driver just said you just sit down and just take the trip. But in Hong Kong, no, you have to pay. If your Octopus card doesn't have enough money for your Octopus card, the driver just said, "Hey, get out, top up your card at the Circle K, and then wait for the next one." That's basically what it is. But in Hong Kong, us will be carrying coins and cash most of the time, so that's why we should be able to pay the bus or the minibus or whatever. And even we can accept digital payments, so that's why. Like on buses, you can pay credit cards, you can pay with Alipay, you can pay with WeChat Pay. Everything is accepted on buses, so they're very convenient. But of course, whether you can actually successfully use those apps, that's another thing, because the censor of the things are pretty bad. Like for Alipay and WeChat Pay, you need to actually use the QR code. You need to scan your code on the phone with the sensor on the bus machine. So if the bus machine like kind of malfunctioning and doesn't really sense your code, then you can't pay. That's the annoying thing. That's like one time in Hong Kong, literally a person stood right next to the driver trying to figure out how to get it work for literally 5 minutes straight while the bus is literally moving. So that's why digital payment is pretty bad. Although it's convenient, but at the same time it's not convenient, because when it just malfunctions, you just can't do anything. But this is the path that we're going to go straight to Whitford station. I think a lot of routes is going to bind in here now, including some of the routes from Warwick. Oh no, the Warwick route goes, hang on. Is it where the Warwick routes also come down from here? Not really sure. I've done the 446, but I don't have memory on that route. And also really one thing for most of us Asian peoples that just cannot get used to Australia is things close way too early. Like, I just want to give you a very easy example. Coles close at 5 on weekends. Shopping center close at 5 on weekends. Saturday and Sunday, Coles close at 5. On weekdays, it's 9 o'clock at night for Coles. But on weekends, they close at 5. Compare with Hong Kong. Seriously, compare with Hong Kong. I'm not saying that they close this like very late in Hong Kong. In Hong Kong, like some of them doesn't close. Literally. Yeah, this is the same path. In Hong Kong, I'm just going to give you a very, very quick example. Welcome. That's one of the supermarkets in Hong Kong. They call it Welcome, but the word Welcome is actually spelled double L instead of the Welcome on board. That word with one L. We actually have two L. So the Welcome is well and come. So that one is 24 hours for that supermarket. So basically, you don't need to worry about having nothing open. 24 hours for supermarkets in Hong Kong is available for you to go at midnight. And also there's so many convenience stores in Hong Kong and they're all 24 hours, so that's why it's just like we can't accept, like, it's like still not used to things just close at 5 o'clock. And made it to Whitford station. Ooh, barely made it. There's another bus over there, 2155 or the 463. Oh, nope, didn't make it. Didn't see 2683, unfortunately. Maybe we can see some more at Whitford station when we get off. Turning into Whitford station. Around 35 minutes we should complete the video. And now I take the train back out to the city now. I don't need to go to the city, I need to go back to Manning actually. Church events, church activities coming up. Badminton, so going back. Oh gosh, but the 100 at Canning Bridge will be terrible though, the timetable. I made it to Whitfords. There's a bus coming in here. Let's see what it is. 0003217. And that's the only bus, so no 2683, unfortunate. So let's wait for people to get off. First, there's another bus over there, 443 on a 2644. That goes to Warwick Station. Alright, made it to here, 468, 2955. Let's send this guy out. Let's see what he's gonna do now. Probably gonna park on the side with a 000 first before he do anything, and then a B7 out right there. I thought these are B8s, but apparently they're just B7. So the newer ones, like 32 and the 33, is a B8. So, well, there goes that one parked. I'm gonna actually wait for that guy to come in first. There's actually another guy over there coming in. So, oh, that guy, is he going? No, he's down to the freeway. So no. Well, that's it. No 2683, unfortunate. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe. Click the bell so that you can get notifications when I post. Check out the links in the description down below of my other channels and my Instagram. There goes 2644. Click on these videos up top, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace! Well, I just tried to wait a little while, just to actually spot some buses. Maybe I can get 2683 because I see buses constantly turning in here. But again, we got another unlucky circumstance, 2686. Okay, 2686, not 2683, unfortunate. So yeah, I just decided to spot a little bit right here, and then we just didn't make it. So we're gonna end the video right here. The transit office is staring at me, so peace.